That's how fucked up this curse is. You know, I love my brother. I love my parents. I love my family more than I love myself. And the prospect of seeing my dad stuck in some fucking hell realm and you blocking blessings that I'm old, that's God-given. Nah, bitch, you got me fucked up. That's blessings my ancestors, my people gave to me. I don't owe you rat roach attachment shit, nigga. You came in and intruded in my shit, you parasite ass motherfucker. What the fuck I owe you, nigga? Get your motherfucking pallet number faggot ass the fuck out of my goddamn face, bitch. That's how I fucking feel about it. Get your faggot ass on with that bullshit, motherfucker. You got me fucked up on that bullshit. Got me. Their whole fucking plan is to engineer my life, literally like that, so I'm on the motherfucking streets all schizophrenic talking to myself. But I have the strong semblance of mind and consciousness not to let myself fall to the wayside like that. And I'm going to tell you something. If it wasn't for God, I know I used to preach against God back in the day. If it wasn't for God, my black ass wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for God, my ancestors, any of them, to provide the sliver of protection that I got, I wouldn't be here. God made that shit possible. So you ain't gonna hear me talking against God and all of that shit. You ain't gonna hear that shit on this channel. You ain't gonna hear me. Look, I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna tell you how it is right now. My ass would have been out. You never know. Hey, how you doing? Hi. Sorry about that. You know, with that being said, these things like to orchestrate very fucked up sadistic ass traps. It reminds me of the film Saw. They impose David Rayner's alcohol urges on you. And if you succumb to them, they blame you. But these urges are overwhelming. I haven't succumbed to them. I've been staying as clear as I can with this curse on my ass. Hold on. They even...
Welcome. If you have your extra care card, please place your...
Hold on. With that being said, as I said before, this is a very fucked up ass curse. These motherfuckers even tried to go as far as to create food urges. And that got hindered in the spirit realm. It got hindered by Guru 5, one of the monitoring spirits, which makes me think them motherfuckers are low-key in charge. You know, I wonder. These things have been for the past 14, 15 months setting the tone for my motherfucking life, the stage for my life, controlling vital aspects. This is a very scary fucking curse. You know, I remember there was a guy who I used to watch on YouTube, a tarot reader. And he was talking about how they tried to turn his own ancestors against him. That's what they do. Either they use entity attachments or fuck with their consciousness. In a couple of instances, they turned the entity attachments that got residing in me of them, or else they themselves, into entity attachments. One of them was called G Herbal. So motherfuckers trip you up by having you laugh at their asses. They're silly. But now you know it's no longer a fucking game. It's gotten crucial. With that being said, you know, I'm down to the wire. They got me stuck in a situation where I can't make any motherfucking money. I try to manifest, but they block it. They block it at every turning point when I try to use my own consciousness to manifest. They're using it against me. Last night, they tried to disconnect me from my higher and highest selves. And I saw in a certain set of timelines that they were stuck in hell realms because of these evil ass things. Along with making me a sacrifice, they're trying to keep me from returning back to my body that Rosie stole from me on August 22nd, 2022, in which she's not only enjoying my blessings, but like a soul attachment of her saved when this whole curse first started. You have to make yourself a sacrifice, and that's what she wanted me to be, a sacrifice, so she could come up, get in my body, take advantage of my blessings and come up. She got my poor, true higher selves stuck in hellish realms, my ancestors stuck in hellish realms, who constantly stay by my side trying to help me out, the whole motherfucking 9 yards. These motherfuckers, along with David Rayner's entity attachment, he created an entity attachment that looks exactly like him. Damn near bald-headed, skull-faced man with sunken in eyes. He wears glasses and all of that. Patches of hair in the astral plane. She created an entity attachment of him that was designed, look, I see this H right here, that was designed to energy harvest off of me, and or energy harvest off of me heavily. Kate likes to put people in hell realms in which she digs holes with tubes and puts them in there. She's done that to my higher and higher selves and all of that. That bitch, hey, how you doing, is extremely clever and sadistic herself. I don't see how anybody could work with that motherfucker. She even tried taking over Rosie's body in that timeline I've been talking about, August 22nd, 2022 one. She a racist motherfucker, but she's extremely clever. I'll give her that. Very, very clever. But there's ways to defeat these motherfuckers. They're not invincible, and remember, as long as you're in the physical vessel, you got the advantage, you got the power. They can only do so much. You know, I've been told by these spirits how these motherfuckers have killed innocent people largely in their sleep. That one woman one time that gave it her all. Her spirit guides, higher selves did all that they could to fight them. She died in her sleep, poor thing. Just like how they almost tried to trap my black ass. Where when I closed my eyes, after being harassed by them evil sadistic ass spirits all night, I woke up on a wall that had blood all around it, in which I saw my ancestors there, and I was chained to the wall. I believe it was Baron Samedi who placed me there. He's in charge of my timelines, going back to that timeline, August 22nd, 2022. He got placed in charge of it to keep me out of it, to keep me from coming back. I'm dropping everything. I don't give a fuck at this point. I'm going for broke. Another thing about Hecate, see, there's a lot more to the spirit world shit than what people know. A lot of the shit that y'all motherfuckers know is extremely superficial. And I see that at this point. Hecate likes to steal people's spiritual abilities. She'll just, you feel like your shit vanishing all of a sudden. That's how she steals your shit. She creates entity attachments of herself. Her soul consciousness is represented by an energy signature. Energy signatures are key, by the way. They've been trying to siphon off of and steal mine. Is a white gold, a white yellow, like strong white yellow, like very pure, actually very nice. She likes to go around and steal people's spiritual abilities and powers. Major energy vampire. And from what I understand, when people work with her, in addition to being very fucking virulently racist, she's also very controlling. Hecate's a very controlling motherfucker. Very controlling. And I've heard a lot of people say that about her. Very controlling. Very highfalutin. She thinks she's the shit. She go around putting hell realms in people's consciousnesses as well as her own, and subject people to like hellish fucking realms that you cannot get out of. David and Barbara Rayner, for their victims, they write books on people to keep them stuck. That's what they did with my poor father after taking them out of his body on August 22nd, 2022. David Rayner also wrote a book on me. He wrote a book on me to keep me from using frequencies. A lot of that information, I hate to say, comes from me. You know, I'm writing books and stuff in the astral plane. From what I understand, with Michael O. Terrence, Barbara, and David Rayner, they say that they're not allowed by the Roach realm to create consciousnesses. Look, we got a smashed Roach right there. Fuck them. From what I understand, them motherfuckers, that's why they like to feed off of people's consciousnesses like their Roach attachments do. They're not even allowed to create new consciousnesses from what I'm told. I don't know if that's the truth or not. So that's why they go around energy harvesting off of and vouching off of other people's shit. I mean, this nigga literally sold damn near his motherfucking soul for spiritual powers that he can easily get on his motherfucking own. It's not that hard to do. You know, if you wanted to be evil and sinister and shit, you know, you can create archetypes through your head. as I used to do when I woke people, and use that to get people's abilities. Instead of contracting out with sinister motherfuckers that won't even let you have your own fucking mind, your own consciousness and shit. At certain points, because I'm powerful, these motherfuckers have even tried to fucking contract with me and make a deal with me. Them roach attachments, I say, nah, nigga, no. They did that shit with Rosie from that timeline. Told her, they came to her in the form of spirit guides. That's how evil these motherfuckers are. And told her, she signed a soul contract, they'll leave her alone. They had her seeing all sorts of crazy ass motherfucking shit, giant roaches and all of that. But I don't justify you killing my motherfucking parents, killing them in their sleep and all that shit. This was way before way before they had a plot. They were conspiring to, put me back. My ancestors. Now I'm getting word in the spirit realm that he gonna try to really keep them out, that timeline, and block them, and fuck with anybody trying to put them back in. And they've already done that. She's done kicked them out. Oh, shit. This thing's fucking with me again. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta get on my shit today. Hold on. This is some real evil fucking shit. I'm telling you right now, they fucking with my consciousness, trying to get me to destroy myself. Ooh, they try to. They were fucking with my ass all day, all yesterday, all that. Intrusive ass motherfucking thoughts that I've been trying to fight off. But anyways, never make a deal with them motherfuckers. It almost sounds like they got them motherfuckers operating on instinct. David and Barbara Rain and Michael O'Terrence like insects. They be telling them motherfuckers to call you at crucial times. I've gotten like weird ass private numbers like I did back in the day, and I talked about that. I'm gonna do a blog on it today. But they've made my life a living motherfucking hell. They've made it hard, I'm not gonna lie. In an attempt to try to get me. This ain't even about signing a soul contract anymore. Them motherfuckers don't give a fuck about that shit. It's a desperate attempt by these monitoring spirits to feed and to keep me stuck in the astral hell realm, as they're trying to do with my poor dad, so I can never escape their bullshit. Like I said before, they've been trying to get me to drink. See, when you drink, it breaks down your etheric body. And in situations like this with the Roach realm, they divide your consciousness in a way that your etheric body is very loose, and that makes it easy for them to be able to access your soul, vital parts of your energy body, your consciousness, your energy signatures. That right there is good for putting your energy body back together, restoring it back. Oh shit! I don't know how much y'all got of that, but 12,000 hertz frequency. 6,000. I mean, 12,000 hertz frequency and 71,000 hertz. All right, they keep fucking with my ability to be able to record. Hikate is one evil ass fucking bitch. She keeps harassing me, putting something called. That's how silly these motherfuckers are. They got it from some fucking weird ass comedian, some serial killer type motherfucker on YouTube called Infrabrand. So I'm talking about these motherfuckers are funny. They endear themselves to you called pneumococcal pneumonia. That's how they get you. Another way they get you is with them fucking nicknames they come up for people, G Herbal, for entity attachments. But it's like that film, Clowns from Outer Space. They look funny, but them motherfuckers ain't funny to anything but. You gotta take them seriously. 12,000 hertz frequency and 71,000 hertz frequency are the frequencies to use to call on your ancestors. All right, as I said before, those two frequencies are vital to call on your ancestors. They've been fucking with my camera to keep me from being able to record and put out this video. But I'm gonna start doing more videos about that and, you know, breaking down how your shit looks in the astral plane, your consciousness and all of that. But with that being said, those are the frequencies you use to contact your ancestors. Again, David and Barbara Rayner like to do shit in the astral plane to keep you from being able to use frequencies or anything else for your spiritual betterment. But there's ways to block that. Never let these entities in. With that being said, to defeat an entity like Hikate and Baron Samedi, they're fans. Cut them off from their fans, their followers. That's where they get their energy and their power from. Without their fans and followers, they're not shit. That's how you destroy them. Teach their asses a motherfucking lesson because, again, you're in the physical body. Somebody said this a long time ago. You're spiritually protected when you're in the physical body. They can only do so much. With them motherfuckers, they're not. So it's easier to fuck with them. It's a lot easier. Remind them of that. Cut them off from their followers, cut them at the head, and that's how you get them. If your energy body is fucked up, there's actually a bunch of things you can use to heal. And I'm going to show them to you. Barbara and David Rayner have been keeping me from being able to use this. And it's, there's a bunch of them. 175 hertz frequency, 1245 hertz. There's another really, really major one that's really, really good for being able to rebuild your energy body. But since learning about them, these motherfuckers have been hindering me in the spirit realm from being able to rebuild my energy body. And that's because they don't want me to access my spiritual abilities again. They've drained me of all of that. They've taken all of that away from me. Now, the Hikate I'm talking about, by the way, she's the one going back to the August 22nd, 2022 timeline. She's in those series of timelines. If you need to call on spirit guides, 444 hertz frequency. I did that and I saw where they were, and that shit killed me. They were stuck in hell realms themselves, so they couldn't help me because of this curse. 4444 hertz archangels. 7777 hertz frequency opens you up to the angelic realm to get spiritual betterment from there. And you can look through your third eye and stuff and everything. You know, there's all sorts of frequencies you can use to find what can help you out. With that being said, to all of you out there, never make a deal. Yeah, I don't have much in the way of. All right, I'm gonna got like 28 fucking seconds to film. I keep erasing it, deleting stuff, but it's still keeping me at that. But with that being said, I wanted to mention, hold on. All right, let me go ahead and finish up. Took a little while, but anyways, with that being said, to make a long story short, 12,000 hertz frequency and 71 hertz frequency, you contact your ancestors. To rebuild your body, quick rebuild, the best one is, I think it's 3149. I got to look it up, at 3154 hertz frequency. I kept, my cell phone kept getting interrupted while I was trying to make the video, you know, as I was talking about, you know, very important parts of it. But anyways, with that being said, Barbara and David Rayner, they tell these roach attachments in large part to target usually innocent people. It's something about the blood of innocence that has a lot of spiritual power to it. That's why a lot of like children get sacrificed in rituals that you hear online about and all of that. You know, it's notorious all over the world. They go after innocent people, usually very good-hearted people who are down on their luck. And that's because to them, being down on your luck is a sign of already being cursed, as is the case with me. Baron Samedi was the first person to put me in the roach realm, and that's how the motherfuckers discovered me to this day. They target people who they already feel are cursed but are spiritually powerful, because they figure that they ain't got no spiritual protection, so they can't defend themselves, they can't fight back. And I hate to say it, but these motherfuckers have, you know, in large part, not just taken a lot of shit from me, but off of me and pretty much destroyed me and all of that. But I'm telling you right now, I had a roach attachment in my consciousness last night. My shit was dull as fuck. Fuck is trying to get me to forget. As I was saying, you know, they've taken a lot from me. They've taken a lot. And them motherfuckers have become, they were already, you know, they're extremely powerful because they've stolen from other people. But them motherfuckers have gotten really motherfucking powerful. And that's because of a lot of, you know, in large part, it's like with these things, you have to do a lot of fucking jungle gymnastics with your own fucking head. Like, you just can't seek solace in and can't find comfort within your own head when they're in it. You know, you have to think about what they're going to do, what their next move is going to be. That's why I say with roach attachments, you have to play chess, not checkers, when they're in your head. The specific ones that I'm talking about, like Guru 5 and Rosie the Roach Queen. You know, one of the ways in which I defeated one of them, Rosie the Roach Queen, was by transferring her essence, kind of like with what people do in voodoo dolls, inside an entity attachment of hers from a while back. And that's how I was able to get to her ass. Her essence, energy signature, and all of that, so that she could feel it, you know. Because with spirits, you know, spirits, the higher in the dimension you get, you know, the more spread all around they are. And they're not confined to a specific locale like we are physically. You know, they're all over the place. Their consciousness, their state of being, it's all over the place. So you can get them any motherfucking where you want. You know, I hate to say it, but in large part, energy signature, you know, people talk about soul and all of that, but energy signature, you know, is key in fighting a fucking curse like this. Motherfuckers been in large part fucking with my ass by, you know, fucking with that shit. But anyways, with that being said, they like to target people who are down on their luck because they figure they ain't got no spiritual protection to be able to fight back. Another thing I want to say too is, from my personal experience, I'm going to say this right now, never, ever, ever enlist roach attachments for help. I actually mulled over it, thought about it. There was a higher self of mine, it was a baby, that was turned into a roach attachment in the astral plane. And I decided to let her set up shop in my consciousness. Next thing I know, I woke up feeling dull-headed and having the cords, the energy cords connecting me to my higher and higher selves being disconnected and being placed in the hell realm, which is what he, Kate, as well as from what I heard David Rayner about to do to me. Like I say, this is an extremely complex curse that has layers to it. It's something that can't be simply fought off with, you know, mere sage and all of that. In my consciousness, like, you know, even right now as I talk, is next to nil. I had to use some jungle gymnastics to get back to where I'm at right now. But that motherfucker left me feeling dull, and I had to kick her out. You know, she was helping me out yesterday, fight this one motherfucker, but then, you know, I had to set up shop in my head, and she was trying to remove my higher and higher self, and I'm like, no, we're not having that. We're not having that. I'm not going to do that with you. You know, I enlisted her because they make powerful protectors. Very powerful spiritual protection. You know, and watch with making any deals with these things. They're worse than motherfucking demons or any other fucking evil motherfuckers you can encounter in the astral plane. They're very tricky. They're very devious. And they, in large part, like to block people's finances. That's how they really get people. That's your lifeblood, is your finance. They're doing that with my money right now. Like, I'm staying in a motel right now, and I can barely fucking afford it because of these motherfucking things. You know, I'm going to get your money. I'm going to get your money. Yes, sir. And they make it really, really hard for you. And they do it to pressure you into making a deal with them. And that's how them motherfuckers operate. You know, going back to what I was talking about in the astral plane last night, that was their attempt to try to get me to make a motherfucking deal. I mean, make somebody a sacrifice, and I'm not doing it. They stay steadily stealing my timelines, siphoning off my energy, my spiritual energy, and all of that. And it's overwhelming, you know, even my poor spiritual team, which is, you know, very, very powerful. Well, they once were, they're beleaguered, you know, it's too much for them. I'm kidding. It's too much for them. And there's only so much you can do. I've been trying to handle this on my own, you know, but you can only do so much. That's why my eyes look the way they do.
Comment, like, share, and subscribe to TVN on YouTube.
That's why I look all fucked up and beat up and tore up. My astral body is all fucked up. My higher self is all fucked up. She got turned into an entity attachment. You know, in part, they use intrusive thoughts to fuck with you. You know, the more sensitive you are, the more they use intrusive thoughts to get at you. And the harder it is to overcome it. They're trying to do something right now to my consciousness to fuck me up because I'm talking about them. You can't let them intimidate you because that's it's like how a child molester or a rapist or somebody, murderer gets away with their shit. They intimidate you. You can't let these things intimidate you. I see them, and usually for me, they attack when I'm sleeping at night. That's when they start rearranging my consciousness, removing cords and shit out of it. People talk about, they say schizophrenics talk about this, but it's true. We're like computers, and we're connected to something bigger than us. There's a whole network that we're connected to, and that's what I've seen in the astral plane. But it's not meant to be seen by other people, other folks, even in the astral plane. So with that being said, I'm overwhelmed. My consciousness is all fucked up. My family is strewn all over the fucking place, all over the astral realm. That bitch Rosie took my two brothers out their body. And Kate is blocking them by manipulating their timelines in my former self that got taken over by Rosie's head to keep my ancestors, keep my family, keep my parents from getting back in. Like I said, it's a lot of work to do in the astral plane, and I'm very overwhelmed, because I'm being attacked left and right by these things constantly. I sit against the wall, and next thing I know, I have hands reaching out from the astral plane and pulling shit off of my head, pulling shit off of the top of my head, crown chakra, pulling, bits and pieces of my crown chakra, pulling down my throat chakra even, which is your voice, your identity, and fucking all of that up. I'm dealing with some really evil shit, some very evil shit. Shadow people don't even do shit like that. They slash at you and that's it. Reptilians don't do that. They do what they do. They fuck with you and all that. But I don't think they do no complex shit like what I'm dealing with. Roach realm is the worst. One of the worst, if not the worst, in the astral plane. So with that being said, never let these things intimidate you. Let me go ahead and look up the frequency. 3545 hertz frequency is your friend. That's how you block monitoring spirits. As I really want to tell you, the energy body is all fucked up. 3187 hertz frequency is your friend. One 175, 145 hertz frequency. Those are your friends. You see, pull somebody out the astral plane. If you don't know where they're at, 1545 hertz frequency. That's how you pop them back. I had to do that with an ancestor. With that being said, I'm really going through it with these things. It's affecting me materially. I can't make money for the life of me. The other day, I had all sorts of spirits aligning to try to hustle money from me because, a lot of my monies got stolen in the astral plane by David Rayner and his Roach attachments. And they were able to give up, get like a good sum of money that I need, desperately need because I ain't got no money. Next thing I know, Kate having taken over the consciousness of one of my highest selves, one of my highest self took it. She took it. Stole it. She took it. They just he can't just put an entity attachment in me right now. It's forming an S, trying to steal more shit.
Daughter of the king, and that is enough. And if you
Yeah, and I felt, oh Lord, happy to get that shit off of me. It's a constant battle though. Having entity attachments hurled upon you, so you can't fight back. So with that being said, this ain't trying to get back in. They fuck with you by fucking with your thoughts. Intrusive thoughts, they call it. So with that being said, for right now, I find that because they do so much complicated shit to block people from being able to help me in the spiritual plane, frequency has been my best friend, and they've even tried to shut that down. These some callous ass motherfuckers and entities that I'm dealing with. And the monitoring spirits are the main ones that's keeping this shit alive, keeping this shit going. So with that being said, I know a lot of these you really have to think shit through with these things. I know every single day when I post these, it's not even a cry. I would say a scream, begging, because I'm stuck, crying for help. It's a cry for help. And I make it every single day when I do these videos, trying to get help. They're trying to intimidate me right now by blocking people and, blocking people in the spirit plane from being able to see what's going on with me and where I'm at. They'll intimidate me by telling me things like, we're going to do it. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers going to do whatever the fuck you want anyways. Ain't nothing I can do about it. I'm not intimidated by y'all anymore. That's how they get people. They're like, it's already bad enough, but we can make it even worse. You want to stop them from it getting worse, like, as is the case with me, because they're never going to stop. They don't stop. Like one young lady on YouTube, who I inadvertently woke under the influence of David Rayner one time a long time ago, was saying them motherfuckers never stop. They try to push you for a soul contract. And I was told by these very Roach spirits that her consciousness is all fucking fractured, all fucked up. Mine's is the worst. They got me down to the motherfucking bone. I'm not even in my body anymore. My astral body. I got kicked out of that. And I'm just being passed through, hidden from body to body in the astral plane. A couple of minutes ago, I was in Pallet Numbres. until I change something. And that's another thing too. They get you down to the point, you know, of your consciousness where if you just change one motherfucking thing, you're fucked. You know, you switch timelines. So you might leave a loved one or somebody that, you know, you're close to, like I am with my higher selves and spirit guides behind. I don't want to do that. I don't want to leave them behind in any hellish situation, in any timeline. I don't do that. They help me, I help them. I help them out. You know, I know these are a bit, you know, major departure from my old videos, but I'm not the person I used to be because of what I'm dealing with. I've had a lot of my consciousnesses, even down to my personality. Like one that got stolen by Michael O'Terrence one time, I was shown, you know, the way they look is in the astral plane. In your head, they look like disc. Like the ones that people played in the 70s, set records. I feel Baron Samedi taking some of my shit. Not Barbarina sending stuff. Now they attacking my personality. The minute I mention something, they attack it. That's how evil and devious these things are. So I can never build back. But anyways, you know, people talk about curses, but nobody talks as deep as I do, like I am about this. And nobody talks about the Roach room online. I'm the only fucking person to talk about it. The monitoring spirits that I got around me.
And for me, when I live in that space, that's when I'm most at peace. I don't know about you guys, but like that's where I'll walk away from something and I'm like, I'm so at peace with however this goes.
Like I say, it's getting down to the wire, and these things are, they want me as a sacrifice. These things are literally trying to kill me off as much as they can. It's not even about, I mean, to some degree, it's about energy harvesting, but it's gotten down to where it's in large part about, let's try to keep this motherfucker as close to death as possible because of the arrangement with the Rainas and their greedy ass need to feed. But these things, their consciousnesses can be changed. I tried to do that with Guru 5 and Rosie the Roach Queen. You know, when you see a person's consciousness, they look like rice disc. Like, you know, cooked rice that you see in stores that's formed in the shape of a disc. They look like that. You can take that shit, you could crush it, or you could change it. These motherfuckers are bullies, and they count on you being afraid of the next thing that they do to keep you in fear and intimidate you. Don't let them do that. Change their consciousnesses. You know, I think they might be the victims, prior victims of David and Barbarina. You know, at one point they had entity attachments created. They got rid of their higher and higher selves that were fucking demonic and that were literally fucking roach attachments. They tried to create a roach attachment for me, But that shit turns south real quick. And things are very controlling. And they insist on taking over your higher selves and removing them. I don't do that. I'm not an evil person. Never make a deal with the Roach realm. I'm just going to say that. Never deal with them. If all else fails, use frequencies to fuck them up. Fuck up their realm, fuck them up. They've already divested so much from me, so there's nothing else they can take. And I know how to get it back. There's frequencies you can use to do that. With that being said, if anybody cares to donate, you know, place ain't that great, but I need a place to stay for right now. It's like, please donate. I'd appreciate it. To all of you out there, take care and have a good day.